closest ally. So they're bypassing Congress. Now, I want to go back because when Congress is not willing to act, he said, we're going to go ahead and we will do it ourselves. But it would be nice if we could get...
Every single time he comes to take a look at them now, they're like calmed out.
You didn't bring the squeaker out, did you?
And that is why we will support them everywhere.
I'll grab it if I need to.
These rights include free speech, the freedom of peaceful assembly, the freedom of religion, equality for men and women under the rule of law, and the right to choose your own leaders. Whether you live in Baghdad or Damascus, Sana'a or Tehran. Promises more democracy and more human rights for people. We will support policies that lead to strong and stable democracies and open markets because tyranny is no...
You doing, Fifi?
Being, quote, Muslim Brotherhood obsessed. Now, they and the extremists have won. They've come into power. And they now are threatening Israel. Here's what I said at the time. Well, my skepticism is that with the Muslim Brotherhood, El Baride, or some type of extremist, as bad as Mubarak is, some type of extremist element take over in Egypt. What I'm worried about is that has now been hijacked by the Muslim Brotherhood. Radicalism.
Probably gets that trait from Loki.
Facilitates Sharia and Islamism domestically, like American-Islamic relations, Islamic America. We take two out of that environment in Egypt, and until we have a with the courage to identify all Islam or all Muslims. In fact, we need to take sides within the House of Islam to say that we're going to advocate for liberty and not give our money to the strong horse and those people that claim to be our allies.
The problem is that public opinion polls in Egypt show that they wanted a theocracy. You know, and this paved the way for the Brotherhood, and this was disturbing. You know, the Egyptian Muslim Brotherhood, you know, that's where bin Laden's top deputy, Ayman al-Zawahiri, that's where Khalid Sheikh Mohammed, they came out of this extremist element of the Brotherhood.
How you doing, little fatty?
They said they prepared for war with Israel while the Arab Spring was going on. How is it
little fatty, fat.
talk show host?
Little fatty, fat.
Exactly what would happen.
What are you doing, you little nigger? You little nigger?
Every bit of intelligence he has got it wrong, and now he's going to fund this radical government in Egypt.
Well,
you little pussy.
Your agenda is one of advancing freedom and liberty and American ideals that every human being across the world, just as George Bush mentioned in the Freedom Agenda, wants innate rights guaranteed by God. This administration, unfortunately, has another agenda, whether it's collectivist, socialist in its economics. It bonds with anybody that wants to create sort of an environment where democracy is used to bring into power the
Fucking hate answering machine services calling you.
autocrats. And I think this is something we need to identify and pinpoint and tell America that their tax dollars, listen, I don't think the Middle East has to any longer be torn between two choices, either secular fascism or theocracy. Just as the West went through reform and Christianity separated church and state in the West, and we got our wonderful United States after a revolution, these revolutions in the Middle East, Jeffersonian principles have not had any chance to survive in the Middle East. Why don't we advocate for those and beginning now and not fund our
As
enemies?
you said, we should not facilitate the rise of radical extremism, and by supporting the Muslim Brotherhood and supporting Egypt and their new government that has declared that Israel is their enemy, I believe we're doing just that. Thank you for being with us, and we continue.
Hold on,
with
if
more
you
of the
guys
Band of
really,
President
if you
tonight
really
on
did
Hannity.
pee-pee right
Also,
there,
a
you're
shocking
like sitting in it,
report. A
Fifi.
left-wing band is calling on people to blast their song that talks about killing Rush Limbaugh. Those details coming up tonight, and it is like he had a glimpse into the future. Wait until you hear the chilling warning from the legendary Paul Harvey